Hello App Spy fans, it's me Peter and I'm here with another hands-on video. This time it's Final Fantasy VI. Let's load the game up. I just love the music. Oh, what a great game. What a great game on the Super Nintendo. This version I don't like very much. So, if you haven't played Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy III in America, then you're probably the target audience, strangely, for this game. Essentially, it's a game about, well, this is the lead character, Terra. I'm about, I'd say about half an hour into the game at the moment, and but I have played the original on the Super Nintendo. It's kind of a story about, it's a story about people meddling in things that they don't really understand, and power and the search for it, and people's place in the world, you know, those kind of big general themes that Final Fantasy likes to touch on quite often. Oh, there's nobody on the throne room, what are we meant to be doing? We'll press the question mark button, we'll see. Chase after Locke. So, yes, this is a classic, a stone cold classic. You know, if you ask JRPG fans, I'm sure many of them will tell you that this is their favourite Final Fantasy. They're incorrect, of course. Final Fantasy VII is the best JRPG, probably of all time. Comments box below. And but it is very, very, very good, or it was at the time anyway. And the original serves as the pinnacle, basically, of JRPGs on the Super Nintendo, and indeed some of the best visuals on Super Nintendo for, you know, one of these big adventure games. Let's buy one of those. This is a little shop. Just bought a potion. This version, as you'll see immediately, has had the visuals tinkered with, and it hasn't gone as far as the Final Fantasy, the sort of treatment that they did with Final Fantasy IV. In that, you know, it's not 3D or polygon or completely different. It's just kind of rounded visuals of what were already there, and keeps the tone of the game, sort of, slightly, but doesn't really look like a new game in any way. It doesn't feel fresh or new. It just feels different. It feels not right. So there's that, and if you're a new player, you probably won't notice at all because, hey, you haven't played the game before. Music's all still intact, which is brilliant, and the music is absolutely fantastic. It's also been tinkered with in other ways, so we tapped that question mark block earlier. That will give you a hint as to where to go next, and that's kind of useful because the original version, it was very, very easy to get lost in this world, and not kind of know what you were meant to be doing next in the story. It's still quite easy to do that, and it's still tough to figure out where you need to be going next. What's up here? Oh, there's Locke. I need to chase after Locke, so we'll follow him down in a moment, but I'm just exploring at the moment. So the exploration still isn't brilliant because there are random battles, and if you end up in the wrong area of the world at the wrong time, you will get your party wiped out by a beastie many, many levels higher than yours, than your party can handle. That's still absolutely infuriating. But, you know, they have at least made that slight consent to modern gameplay where, you know, it kind of gives you an idea of where you want to be going next. So that's good, definitely. The other change that they've made, obviously, is that it's a touchscreen now. And these controls don't work. I really don't like them at all. At all. Where is Locke? Should we go out and have a battle? Let's go out and have a battle. Let's not stay in the desert. Goodness me. I'm going to die, basically, if I'm out here. Yeah, because they'll cast Numb. So you can see this is a good example of what happens. I go into an area that I probably shouldn't be in. They cast Numb. And I'm dead, effectively, if I'm not careful, because I can't deal with Numb. And even if I could, this attack thing, these sort of attack options at the bottom are really difficult to scroll through. I'm playing on an iPhone 5C, and maybe I've just got really fat hands, but tapping these special buttons, you know, doing all these different things. What can that do? Yeah, do that, I guess. And I'm dead. And I'm dead because I'm in the wrong area, basically. So this is actually kind of beneficial that that's happened on video, because it does show you that this game is brutal. It's unforgiving if you're not in the right place, and it's not going to necessarily tell you that you're in the wrong place, by the way. Then, you know, it's just going to wipe you out, and you're going to learn from your mistakes, I guess you could call them. Are they mistakes if you don't know what you're doing? Or ever told what you were meant to do? I don't think they are. But yeah, so that's a bit of a pain, a bit of a hassle. But yeah, these controls are just naff. Like, I don't like floating joysticks at the best of times, and because it works on kind of a square system, like you can go up left, up right, left right, bottom left, bottom, or bottom right. You know, there's no free movement. This feels like, you know, you can see I'm not moving around in circles or anything like that. I'm just kind of randomly going to the next square when I've moved to the previous one. It just feels really naff, and those battles just feel, you know, at the moment at this level you're just pressing attack, thankfully. But when you want to be doing more and more and more stuff, there's Locke. He's running around in a circle. Where is he now? Can we find him? Is he up here? Is he up here? I seem to remember him being up here last time I played this. I think he might be. Yes, there he is. Let me just finish my point. Yes, the controls just don't feel great, and when you're in a battle, it feels like completely ham-fisted to do anything. And it's a shame, because it's a good story. And the artwork was really good, and, you know, Kefka, who's the lead villain, really good villain. But it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right if you've played Final Fantasy VI before. If you're new to it, then I guess that this is a kind of novel enough way to play the game for the first time. But I just don't quite know who this is for, really. I suppose it is for them. I suppose it's for people who oh dear, she's not happy, is she? I suppose it is for people who don't really know the Final Fantasy VI game itself and are kind of just looking to get into it. Who's this happy tyke? Yeah, there he is. There you go. What in the... wandering around. Oh, things are on fire. Who could this be? The guy on the right there, he's like, oh no, 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 no. Oh, and there's, that's Kefka. So I'm going to press the question mark, talk to Kefka. That's what I'm going to do. So I've got to go and get Terra, I suppose. Oh dear, poor Terra. But yes, as you can see, you know, this is if you're the kind of person who if you're the kind of person who hasn't played Final Fantasy VI or hasn't played Final Fantasy and wants to play one of the older ones and is okay with old ways of thinking, old ways of playing games, then this is a good port. Like, this is a good enough port, and it's a good opportunity for you to play the game without doing something that rhymes with tremulation. Yes. So, you know, it's a good alternative. But then it's also quite expensive, and, you know, if you don't think that that's you, it might not be worth taking the risk on it. And yeah, if you've played the game before, then this isn't the same game. It is the same. That's the weirdest thing. It is the same game, but it feels so different. And I don't know whether or not you'll enjoy that. here we are, we're in a battle now with a big party, and I can better show you the battle system. So let's finish off this video with a little bit of battling. So as you can see, I'm going to attack the Magitech armor, Terra, there we are. Now I'm going to use Lock. He's going to attack the Magitech armor, and I'm making these button choices singularly. If I was wanted to use Edgar, and I wanted to use items, I need to scroll, and I'm not doing this slowly on purpose, potion on scroll Terra, there we are. And you see how slow that took? You know, that took a long time to do. I'm going to use Magic Terra on the Magitech armor. Attack Magitech armor. It takes a long time to do the things that you want to do. And maybe you get used to doing it, but what's the matter, Rick? Yeah. So, yeah, maybe you get used to doing it, and maybe it's better on an iPad, but it feels really awkward on an iPhone. I do like Locke. Locke is a brilliant character, and you see, I'm sure you can tell, AppSpy. I'm sure you can tell that I am really conflicted about this one. I don't think I like it myself, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad game. I just don't think it's a very good game for people who have played it before. I think you're probably going to be upset by the changes that they've made, and I don't think you're going to want this touchscreen nonsense that they've included. I don't think they've done the touchscreen stuff very well at all. It could have been much better. But if you haven't played the game before, you know, Final Fantasy VI is a really good story, and there's an earth-shattering moment in it that is some of the best storytelling that the 16-bit era ever managed to do. So yeah, I don't know. I would say buyer beware on this one, unless you really know you want to get into Final Fantasy VI and you're prepared to commit, you know, 50, 60 hours to it, and you're cool with that. I would give it a miss. Oh, there we are, you see. We defeated the baddies. And now we're on Chocobos. Chocobos? What is it? Chocobo or Chocobo? Or Chocobo? Oh, I don't know. Chocobo. It's got to be Chocobo, isn't it? There's Kefka, he's not happy. They're big birds. They're big yellow birds, anyway. And I think we'll probably leave it there. With Terra saying the sorts of things that she says for a long time in the game. And us riding away on big yellow birds. What do you think? Are you interested for Final Fantasy VI? Are you going to be picking it up? Or do you think the changes they've made are, I don't know, not quite in the spirit of the original game? Let me know. Okay, thanks guys, and cheerio. This is Peter with AppSpy.com. We review, you decide.